Fellas, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to be going through the pros and cons of living in Buenos Aires, Argentina as a digital nomad. Now, I've almost spent probably a total of 6 months here last year and this year. So I have a pretty good idea of, basically letting you know what to expect when it comes to living in the city. Now, first of all, I'm just going to go through the cons, the things that annoyed me personally about living here. First things first is the banking situation. You do have to get cash out for certain things, such as, your laundry or pay my gym. Sometimes restaurants want you to tip in cash. I always deny that. Just remember that, they're gonna ask for that, but you don't need to. Now, with the supermarkets, they are terrible, guys. You're just gonna have to put up with this, unfortunately. I managed to find a decent one called Cordial, where I was getting just, sweet potato and steak and eggs. Obviously, my diet's pretty simple, but if someone wants more flexibility in their diet, the supermarket's pretty bad. Not gonna lie. The gyms are pretty average in my opinion. I found a good one, which was called Always Gym on Costa Rica Street. And outside of that though, I did go to Megatlon before, and super overpriced, super busy, and overall just the equipment in these gyms aren't super great compared to where I usually am in Paraguay. So definitely something to look out for there. I'm not, a huge gym guy, so it's not the biggest thing in the world for me, but definitely something to note. It is super expensive, guys, nowadays to eat out, something that, do really need to prepare for. If you're the type of guy that always is going out to cafes or always eating out, definitely going to break the bank a little bit if this is what you want to do. So keep that in mind. If you are going to come here and you do want to save, more money, you are going to have to cook, because, these meals for restaurants are easily 50, 60 US just for dinner. Cafes with a croissant was like $14 US. Like coffees were, $5. So yeah, pretty expensive Aussie prices in my opinion. So just look out for that. And the next thing is, there is a high level of tourists, guys. Personally, I prefer to be in a more chill spot where I'm not seeing tourists all the time. It is a bit of a party city, Buenos Aires. So, this could be a pro for yourself, maybe a con. For me, slightly a con, something to definitely consider. And then the shopping, guys. You do not want to go to Argentina for shopping. The taxes and the fees are just insane. You want to buy clothes, or you want to buy especially electronics, all overpriced. Don't do it here. Make sure you have everything you need before you arrive in Argentina. Now, on the positive side, the pros definitely outweigh the cons, guys. It's super walkable spot. I was in Palermo specifically. Good, friendly people, just all around the vibes in the streets, and just the lifestyle there is really, really cool. With the women there, I do think they have some of the better personalities within Latin America. Just seem to be able to joke a bit more banter, and you do have a more English spoken by them, although it is very, very common that they don't know English. So I learned Spanish. As I said before, good vibes overall, guys. You got the cafes, you got the restaurants, you got the bars, you got good nightlife. It's all really good kind of vibes there. And if you just want to work, during the day, and then go out, meet friends for a coffee or a drink later at night, or get dinner, it is a pretty good spot to do so. Can't complain, honestly, with the life that you have there. It's super European. It feels first world. It's very, very safe in this area. I never really had to worry about anything at all. Never had any issues myself. Obviously, still be smart on the streets, but I don't think you're gonna have to worry about anything. One thing I'll say is, they do have the best steak in my opinion, whether that's from the supermarkets or the restaurants. Really, really good quality, and the best I've had personally. I did think that it was on the same level as Paraguay, but I've changed my mind on that. Argentina is definitely a step above. With the steaks, you've got good weather outside of winter. Winter's very, very cold in my opinion, so I wouldn't go during that time. But I was there again during summer, December, January, February. Really, really good weather. Not super hot, clear skies, just overall, good setup. And then for the Ubers, I thought they were pretty cheap. So getting around, you can just, you don't have to worry about transport. You either walk, because you can basically walk to everywhere as long as you're in a good area like Palermo. If you need to get an Uber, obviously it's a big city, you can do so easily and quite cheaply. So overall, pretty good setup, guys, living here as a nomad. I do think that, and I do recommend that, it's a good spot to live. I wouldn't suggest any more than 3 months. I think 1 to 3 months living here is perfect, as long as it's outside of winter, as I mentioned. And just one thing to note as well, guys, I did do a cost of living video on Argentina, Buenos Aires, and it's a lot higher compared to what it was last year and the year before. So just keep that in mind. If you are happy to spend 2.5, 3K a month on expenses here, it's going to be awesome. Obviously that's on the higher end, because I'm talking about living comfortably here, not having to change decisions according to money, which I don't really like doing. So just expecting that. If you're the type of guy that wants to save more money, you want to live on maybe 1K 2K a month, then definitely wouldn't recommend Buenos Aires, Argentina. Personally, would more so recommend a place like Asunción, Paraguay. That's better in its own ways as well. I do have a video on comparing both of those. But yeah, that's kind of the rundown, guys, of where I'm at in terms of what I think of Buenos Aires at this stage. Definitely somewhere I'd like to go back during the warmer months, and for sure would add this in my routine of places to go throughout the year. Super good spot. A few annoying things to put up with, I won't lie, but in all, it is worth it. So if you have any questions, guys, let me know in the comments. Happy to help there. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.